Honourable the Leader of the Opposition.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Direction 99 was created as a result of the Prime Minister's meeting with former New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern in July of 2022. Why did this weak and incompetent Prime Minister put his close and sycophantic relationship with Jacinda Ardern ahead of the safety of Australians?
Order. Members on my right, the Minister for Home Affairs and Cyber Security members on my right will cease interjecting. The Leader of the Opposition was heard in silence. It's highly disorderly to be interjecting before the Prime Minister speaks. Anyone on my right interjects, they'll leave the chamber. The Prime Minister has the call.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. All the anger's there in just one question. The anger, the abuse, it's all there, Mr Speaker. All the characters. He's moved on from abusing journalists, Mr Speaker. Now,
the Leader of the Nationals.
The Leader of the Opposition did a tweet yesterday.
Yep. Order. Members on my right, the Minister for Home Affairs will cease interjecting. I want to hear from the Leader of the Opposition on a point of order.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. It's on relevance. The Prime Minister was asked a question on a serious matter where literally dozens of Australians have fallen victim to criminals.
Resume your seat. Order. We are 28 seconds in. I'm going to hear from the Leader of the House.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. When there is a question that is so full of abuses against Standing Order 90 and reflection on members, it is completely unreasonable for the Leader of the Opposition to be so precious that he can't take any criticism in return.
The Prime Minister has been asked a question. The Leader of the Opposition is entitled to raise a point of order. Just to remind all members— all right, well, I was going to deal with the point of order, but the Prime Minister in continuation.
Thanks, Mr Speaker. In that tweet, the Leader of the Opposition said that he cancelled visas. The cancellation power was exercised within the limits of the Constitution. He said the quiet bit out loud, Mr Speaker, the quiet bit out loud, because the reality is that on this bloke's watch, 1,300 hardcore criminals were released from immigration detention centres. 1,300. Not because of a decision of the High Court, not because of a decision of the High Court, but on his watch. They were released. No curfews, no ankle bracelets, no monitoring, no regard for community safety. It included 102 sex offenders, 64 of whom are child sex offenders, 40 domestic violence offenders, 4 murders, alleged murders or individuals convicted of accessory to murder, including a British man who was convicted in 2016 of being an accessory to the stabbing of an associate in a drug operation, helped another man carry the victim's body to the boot of a car and dump it in a makeshift grave. Another British man convicted of being an accessory to murder when a drug associate shot another man in what was described as a gangland execution. Section 501 has not changed. What we did change was the capacity of Kiwis to become Australian citizens, and I'm pleased that 20,000 of them have taken it up. 20,000 of them have taken it up, and that is the difference that it's made. But on this bloke's watch, the AAT decided a 45-year-old New Zealand man convicted of 3 charges of an indecent act with a child under 16 should be allowed to stay. On this bloke's watch.
Order. The Prime Minister, we've already had a point of order on relevance. I don't want the Deputy of the Opposition to take a point of order on relevance. She has the call.
I think a ruling, Mr Speaker. Is it in order for the Prime Minister to talk about the opposition in his answer?
Well, order. Well, the time to do that would have been when the point of order was taken on relevance. As I explained to the House, 28 seconds in is not in my judgment, the best time to take a point are on relevance. Under standing orders, one is allowed to be taken. So it's just a reminder to all members, if you want to take a point of order of relevance, careful when you pull that trigger. Just going to remind the Prime Minister to be relevant, directly relevant to the question.
Thanks very much, Mr Speaker. That, of course, was made in accordance with Ministerial Direction 79, which was issued when this guy was the senior minister and the member for Banks was the junior minister. But there's many more, Mr Speaker, so if we want to go through, we'll go through the whole lot,
Order.
one by one.
The Prime Minister's time has concluded.